Hey, y'all remember Ola Runt? He had been locked up for a little while, so apparently he was in a federal halfway house. He actually broke out of the halfway house after some Brooklyn niggas tried to kill him.
September 19th, 2023. Atlanta rapper Ola Runt would take to Twitter with a surprising accusation saying, "Damn Glock 9, you went out bad," followed by 2 rat emojis. This was enough for the fans and bystanders on the internet to take off with rumors and speculation as Orlando rapper Glock 9 was now accused of snitching. This was the same rapper who's been hit with a Florida RICO, tied to a gang war within Orlando, and allegedly shot up his own cousin's house for being in an opposite gang. But the craziest aspect of this new allegation isn't the actual allegation. It's the fact that Ola Runt is calling him out while both rappers are currently in the same federal prison.
They was in the same fed jail?
Ola Runt was arrested back in 2020 within Operation Phoenix, an FBI takedown.
He got arrested with Woody.
2020 within Operation.
He got arrested with Woody.
Phoenix, an FBI takedown of 12.
Hold on. Y'all see Woody?
An FBI takedown of 12 of Atlanta's most violent offenders. He'd be indicted by the feds after being found in possession of an FN-57 pistol loaded with 21 rounds, and after a guilty plea, he'd be sentenced to 57 months in federal prison.
Damn, 57
So
months?
with that right there, right? Shit. Ola Runt was caught with a 5.7 as a felon, and he'd end up getting 57 months inside of prison. So
that's about
let's
5
add
years,
that.
Almost 5 years.
That's just under 5 years in federal prison. But I got some new paperwork that apparently nobody's seen or posted on the internet. I don't know how the fuck I'm the only one that was able to get this, but Ola Runt escaped his halfway house.
That's crazy. Get him out of there!
And was sentenced to even more time in prison for doing so.
Right, of course he is. That was stupid.
But he literally had a legitimate reason. They were trying to kill him. Now, Ola Runt's lawyer would write to the judge stating, "I write on behalf of my client, Jaree Jalon Jackson, in advance of his January 27, 2026 sentencing on a single count of escape. According to United States Sentencing Commission, the average sentence imposed for escape in this district is 6 months.
Damn.
During that same period, no defendant received a sentence of more than 2 years. The government asked this court to sentence the 29-year-old Mr. Jackson to 27 to 33 months.
So that's even longer than 2 years. The worst ever.
They were trying to give him
the longest sentence ever.
Less than 3 years.
Right.
36 months is a 3-year sentence. That's what I was given. 24 months would be 2 years. They're trying to give him something in the middle of that. Mind you, he was only sentenced to 4 years and almost, 5.
Right.
That's a crazy sentence.
That's a crazy sentence. I ain't gonna lie.
Florida, I believe escape is a mandatory minimum 5 years.
Damn.
Off top. Damn. Just for escaping. It doesn't matter if it's the county jail, doesn't matter if it's a prison. This was a halfway house, so the situation's a little different, but we'll get into the details. Although his crime was...
They was trying to kill him at the halfway house, so he got up out of there. Which makes perfect sense.
To me, I'm not staying in here. Mr. Jackson does not deserve an exceptional punishment. A meaningful sentence analysis must balance the gravity of his crime against the unusual adversity he has faced, taking into consideration his impoverished background and struggles with mental illness. It must also account for the very real prospect that, given the opportunity, Mr. Jackson, a sought-after music producer and recording artist, may lift his 2 young children out of the cycle of poverty and criminality into which he was born. On July 31st, 2024, the Bureau of Prisons, BOP, transferred Mr. Jackson from FCI Beckley in West Virginia. This was the prison that him and Glock 9 were at.
They in West Virginia?
To Brooklyn House RRC. Now, this is Brooklyn House RRC. It's basically a re-entry home, right? You go in there, you're obviously not locked up in a sense, but you have to ask for permission to leave, timesheet, all that.
Yeah.
It's like a step back into getting into society.
Right.
And it's located right here in the Dumbo neighborhood of Brooklyn, which is...
Hold on, y'all. This is my clothing brand. I need y'all to go support your boy, okay? And supporting your boy with some pretty cheap clothing, all right? And you're going to be fly and fresh as hell, man, all right? Link in the description. They.us. Go shop.
A nice neighborhood.
It's a nice area. I remember Jay-Z rapped about that shit on the story of OJ. He was like, I could have bought a place in Dumbo before it was Dumbo.
At the Equinox Gym, which cost like $500 a month.
Right.
You got the one hotel, which is
Equinox
one of my favorite hotels in New York. And literally the Brooklyn Bridge is right here.
Oh, that's hard.
And then all of a sudden you're in Manhattan. So this is in a very nice neighborhood.
Right.
Now he'd be transferred there to complete the 57-month custodial sentence that was projected to expire on April 12th, 2025.
Why some New York niggas trying to kill him?
But in November of 2024, Ola Runt would walk out of an exit without authorization and was never to be seen again. Now, he would get arrested February 5th, 2024, fleeing from all the way to Tennessee? In Tennessee.
Dang!
After a pursuit, Tennessee State Police disabled the vehicle and placed him and his 2 passengers in custody. A search of the vehicle revealed 2 ounces of marijuana, digital scales, and handgun ammunition. Tennessee authorities subsequently charged Mr. Jackson with possessing drugs and drug paraphernalia, evading arrest, and reckless endangerment. So he escaped basically a halfway house
and went all the way to Tennessee
and managed to flee.
How the hell he get all the way down there
while being wanted by the feds?
Right.
Ola Runt remained in Coffee County custody for 4 months before he was finally transferred to federal authorities on June 4th, 2025. He was housed at MDC, which is in New York, serving the remainder of his sentence. That sentence, which was extended to reflect the loss of good time credit, was set to expire January 31st of this year. Now, the government, in its January 12th submission to the court, incorrectly suggested that Mr. Jackson, aka Ola Runt, left Brooklyn to avoid remand on the basis of a failed drug test. So the government was trying to say he failed a piss test. That's why he ran away.
Right.
It would also state that Ola Runt did not know of the BOP's decision to remand him at the time of his departure. He only knew that he was placed on restrictions and not permitted to leave. He was, however, increasingly concerned for his safety. Following an departure, he only knew that he was placed on restrictions and not permitted to leave. He was, however, increasingly concerned for his safety following an incident that occurred outside the facility several weeks earlier. During his time at Brooklyn RRC, Mr. Jackson was employed as a music producer at Brooklyn-based recording label Good Talk.
Okay.
Every morning during the work week, a driver met him outside Brooklyn RRC to transport him to the music studio.
Right. So he was working as a producer.
When you go to a halfway house,
you got to have a job, right?
One of the things that they do is they make sure you're employed. You start working. He, being a rapper, gets a job at a recording studio in Brooklyn. So every day he signs his sheet, he leaves, he gets picked up, goes to the studio, works as a producer, working on beats, comes back, logs in, goes to sleep, right?
Right.
Until this happened.
Right.
Just after 9 a.m. on September 19th, 2024, a white Mazda positioned itself several car lengths behind the silver SUV that was waiting outside Brooklyn to bring Ola Runt to work. When Ola Runt walked out, the Mazda pulled up behind the silver SUV and discharged 4 armed assailants. The assailants proceeded to fire several...
Oh, they shot at him? They shot at him outside of the feds, out of a federal halfway house.
Rounds at Ola Runt and his associates as he fled on foot down the street through a housing development. A nearby security camera provided this image of one of the assailants just moments after the shots were fired.
What the hell?
This is one of the men that popped out while Ola Runt is leaving a halfway house to go to work.
That's crazy.
And shot at him.
And why y'all trying to kill this Atlanta rapper? He in New York. He in a halfway house. It seemed like he just going to the studio. Why? What reason do y'all have to wait outside of the federal halfway house for him to come outside? That means y'all knew when he was coming. Y'all knew what time he was coming outside. You see what I'm saying? And you parked behind the car that came to pick him up. Like, so it's some shit going on. Man.
Tried to kill him.
It's something going on we don't know about.
Halfway house. This is some bold shit.
That's crazy.
Now,
man.
although Ola Runt escaped the assailants unharmed, the incident left him with a sense of insecurity and paranoia that ultimately derailed his efforts to make a success at the halfway house. In his interview with pretrial services, Ola Runt identified the September 19th incident as the primary reason he chose to leave the facility.
I hope they take a lenient on him there, and that shit crazy.
If I get shot at leaving a fucking facility, I'm 100% escaping that bitch. Because what's gonna happen anyways? I'm gonna get reprimanded for not going to work.
Right.
Well, I went to work and they shot at me.
Right. So I have to go to work. I can't stay here. 9 times out of 10, they not finna just transfer me to another state just because or whatever. Even though all this shit is documented and on camera. I feel like he should have been able to go to there, show them this footage, and they should have, like protected him. Like, you feel me? Sent him to Tennessee somewhere, or sent him to Connecticut somewhere or something. You see what I'm saying? Like, because I can't stay here. I can't just stay in here and be scared and not leave, because y'all gonna take me back to jail for not going to work. And if I escape, y'all gonna take me back to jail anyway. So shit, I'd just rather take my chances of getting the hell out of here. You feel me?
This does not make sense. Send me somewhere else. What the fuck am I still doing in Brooklyn? Send me to LA or some shit.
Right.
Send me. Y'all don't got no federal shits in Hawaii? Let me go to Hawaii. Let me chill. I don't think I'm gonna get shot at in Hawaii. Let me go over there. Get me the fuck out of Brooklyn. If you're not, I'm gonna make sure that my life is safe, and I'm gonna leave. And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
He fucking ran.
I'll take
and
my
made
chances,
his way to Tennessee. Now, he was supposed to be basically like out of prison already, right?
Mm-hmm.
And instead, he's given an extra time. Year and a half for this escape.
Crazy.
The good thing from this, I mean, obviously he's got to do another year and a half, but the good thing is, 1, he's alive.
Yeah.
2, he has
I'd rather do another year and a half than get killed coming out the halfway house, bro. I'm not even gonna say I'm sorry. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I'd rather go do a cool year and a half. I'll be home. That ain't like another ton of years or nothing. Like, I'll be home. Shit. I go do 100. I might go get out in 6, 7 months on good time or something. But I'm not finna die out here coming out this motherfucker. No. I'm not doing that.
Supervised release when that 18 months is up. Meaning when he leaves, he leaves. There's no halfway house. He's going home.
Right.
And I'm going to be honest, bro. Like, in my opinion, this is fucked up that he even got this.
It is.
He took a plea in the situation.
Of course he did.
They were trying to give him way more time, double the time.
Yeah.
But bro, you got shot at. And I'm surprised no one, I mean, maybe I just missed it. Nobody talked about this, that they tried to fucking assassinate him at a halfway house.
Why though?
And
the only thing I can think of, because if they knew where he was staying, that means they knew what time he got picked up. They probably knew what studio. But see, then I don't know, because if they know what studio he go to, why wouldn't you just try to kill him at the studio? Why would you try to kill him outside of a federal halfway house? Wouldn't it make more sense to try to do that shit at the studio where it's not feds? You see what I'm saying? Then you in Dumbo, bro. Like you said, Dumbo Dumbo ain't the Bronx. Dumbo ain't the projects, bro. That's a nice area with a nice hotel and some nice shit. Like, you feel me? Probably one of the only shootings that happened out there, you know? So unless he had a problem with the niggas at the studio, maybe he like robbed somebody felt like they got finessed by him, or they paid for a beat and didn't get it or some shit. I don't know, bro. Or maybe I don't know what the fuck. Cause he from Atlanta, gang. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what reason some nigga in Brooklyn would have to do something to him like that. Like, you trying to kill him? Like, damn, like, y'all didn't even beat him. And then you gotta think about New York, this New York gang. Like, you can't just have no guns. So for 4 niggas to hop out the car, wait for you, stalk you, hop out the car and try to kill you, gang, it gotta be a reason. But it don't have to be, because niggas be weird. So I ain't gonna say it gotta be, but it gotta be something that make them want you that bad to do that shit.
They're getting 18 months in prison for the shit. But hey, I spoke on Ola Runt when I thought he falsely accused Glock 9 of snitching. Come to find out, Glock 9 was cooperating in multiple murders. Mm-hmm. And Ola Runt's just been holding it down. So shout out to him. I hope he's able to knock these last 18 months off incident free.
Yeah, me too,
Get back home, get back to his family, and get back to his music. But hey, it's 1090 Jake. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comments.
At least he ain't passed though. Like I said, I'll take my chances, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, shit, nigga. Because if they did that one time with shit, they'll do it again. Well, how I know next time they ain't gonna follow me till I get down the street and you feel me and blick the car up. Cause thing about blinking the car up, you ain't got nowhere to run for real, gang. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, shit, like nigga, I think anybody would have did that. I ain't going to. I promise you, gang. Fuck you.